I might just stare at the camera for the entirety of this video, because I got nothing. Mets Derby recap. Andrew Claudio here. Game 85 in the books. Mets lose again. Get blown out by the Pirates. They lose 30-4 this weekend. They're outscored. They lose 12-1 today. How many hits did they get? They got 7 hits. Look at them. 7 hits this week. This game. 4 runs this weekend against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And you didn't face Paul Skeens once. 30 runs by the Pittsburgh Pirates. One of the worst offensive teams in baseball. And even after today, still the fewest runs scored in baseball. Look, I could point to context and say they're still 11 games over 500. No one cares. I can still point that they're only a game and a half out of first place. No one cares. They're still the number 1 wild card at the moment. No one cares. I don't think you should, because you should expect better from your baseball team. And after 85 games, and I do recognize there's a now 2-month sample for May and June. They went exactly 27-27. They went 15-12 in May and then 12-15 in June. Yeah, if you told me before the season they'd be 11 games over 500 with 2 weeks left before the All-Star break and right there for the division, I'd say, oh, great. Hopefully that puts them in a good spot going into the deadline to make a move or two, which is the reality. They find themselves in a good spot to make a move or 2 or 3 or 4. The journey to get to this spot where you were gangbusters for the first 69 games of the season, and then Rockies bad, White Sox bad for the last 16 is what is so frustrating. Again, one of the worst teams, one of the worst offenses that you faced in the sport, and you gave up 30 runs. Now, look, I understand who's on the team. I mean what I said yesterday. There are a lot of guys here that aren't going to matter when this team is its somewhat complete product. It's like encouraging to see what Alvarez is doing in AAA. Jesse Winker with a double off the wall in Brooklyn today. But it's going to take more than just the internal cavalry coming. David Stearns, this is your most important 6 weeks, I think, as Mets president so far. I've only been president for a year and a half, but make your bucks here, buddy, because this is bad. This is very bad. The holes have been identified on this team. Time to address them. Enjoy your weekend. Whatever's left of your weekend, Mets fans. Enjoy it. Let's go, Mets.